Вітаю всіх знову на нашій події Rebuild Green 2024. Наша подія присвячена сталій відбудові українських міст. І ми вже мали першу частину нашої події для тих, хто пропустив, роблю коротенький огляд. Ми вже мали презентації програми Rebuild Green 2024, яка сфокусована на вирішенні задач чотирьох муніципалітетів України в 3 темах. Ми також мали презентації, які від різних наших спікерів з різних країн, які зі свого боку ділилися досвідом практичним, як будувати стало та з використанням біоматеріалів, з практичним приміненням саме підходу біобудівництва для різних об'єктів в Україні та за кордоном. І зараз я дуже рада перейти до наступної нашої частини і представити нашого наступного спікера Andreas Binkert. Andreas є нашим представником організації, яка є партнером Rebuild Green. Це асоціація 2000 Вт Smart City. І тема Андреаса сьогодні – це розумне місто потужністю 2000 Вт. Проєкт сталого міського розвитку та відбудови українських міст. Андреас, я рада передати вам слово для вашої презентації далі.
Thank you very much, Alisa. This is Andreas from Switzerland. I'm very proud to be part of this group, and I hope you can hear me. Unless I get any other reaction, I will assume so, and I will start my short presentation of 15 minutes to tell you how we think we could be participating in rebuilding green Ukraine. Again, I hope you see my presentation. I will quickly go to the definition of what 2000 Watt smart cities are. You see it here on the screen. It is an in-between step between where we are today and where we want to go, which is net zero. You see that on our business cards also. I'm glad also to introduce Tom Henley, who is also participating in this meeting. And we use this business card because it simply explains what we do. We have this curve going down towards net zero. And we all don't quite know how to do net zero. Anybody who does, please tell me. I'd be very happy to listen and understand. But what we do know is how to get partway to it, which means down to 2000 watt per person. It's not zero yet, but when we get better in CCS, which is carbon capture and storage, we will reach the goal of net zero in 2050. And to get there, we propose to many countries, amongst others also the Ukraine, to rebuild their built environment in such a way that we can reach 2000 watt per person in the year 2035. We are organized in this chart here. You can see that the Federal Office of Energy of Switzerland has given us the right to distribute this concept of 2000 watt, which is widely used in Switzerland, is actually by now code. To build anything larger than a one-family house, you need to adhere to the rules of 2000 watt society. And you can see it here. Where we stand now, we are using way too much energy and we are producing way too much carbon. We have to come down by 2035, as I mentioned earlier, to 2000 watt to get us down to zero 15 years later in the year 2050. And here is how we do this. We have 6 areas that we are looking at, and this scorecard that you see here allows you to find out where you in your projects, whether it is a site, whether it is just an area, small area out of a town, a full town, or a whole country, to reach the goal. These are the 6 subject areas with 5 subjects each. So we have 30 points that we are handing out, and if you reach half of it, you get our certificate. However, the certificate is not the most important. The most important is to build something. The first 2,000-watt site we've built in Switzerland is called Green City and is the first part of a town, which is Zurich in this case, that is on its way to net zero. All the energy that is being used for operation is green energy. It does not produce any carbon whatsoever. And this is the concept that we have meanwhile used more than 50 times in different places in Switzerland, making Switzerland one of the first countries that are provably on their way towards net zero. And here we show you our toolbox. We work together with our clients. It's not that we just certify. The certificate is the end result of it. Much more important is that the towns or sites or wards, or other people call it regions, can find the best way how to get down their need for energy and their production of carbon. And we have 3 levels: an entry level, where everybody can work themselves to find out exactly where do they stand, what do they have to measure. A second level where we find out together with our client or a town that works with us, or a state. In many cases, like in Maharashtra, it's the whole state in India that works together with us to make a self-assessment, to find out where do we stand, what could we do, what are the subject areas out of the 6 that are most promising for us. And then on the third level, we need to have a strong scientific support, which we can give, or the countries may have themselves, to do the necessary calculations to get down to 2,000 watts, which is approved by UN Habitat. We are currently, as we speak, in New York City at the UN, presenting again the newest methods, which is what we call Net Zero Cities platform. Here you see the key pillars for our toolbox. This is what we need. We need a governance system, a technical support system, and a financial mechanism system. Because as you can imagine, nobody will spend money unless he gets a bit more out of it than he puts in. And this is why it's important to always remind ourselves we are on our way to net zero. Yes, okay, but that's environmental, but we have to be sustainable at the same time. Sustainable means we have to be socially impactful. We have to be, that also includes governance, of course, especially. We have to be technically impactful. That takes new technologies, new materials, as straw, as we saw this morning, a very, very important element, or also bricks that use less carbon or produce less carbon. What we do in Switzerland right now, very interesting, are the new methods that we're trying to get concrete down to net zero or even positive. We're not there yet. I don't want to brag, but we are on our way. And that's what's important. We have to work together, use the best we can, just like we did in COVID. The whole world worked together to get whatever was necessary to beat that sickness. And that's what we have to do also for carbon reduction. We need cooperation. We need joint working groups. And we propose here how we would do this with the government of Ukraine. We were honored to present this to the ambassador of Ukraine 2 years ago. And we found out that the capacity building as a corporation works very well if we have clear roles, who does what, and that in the end, out of that, we produce a special purpose vehicle, SPV, and this SPV will be responsible for a particular project. So many of these SPVs together can green Ukraine in the future. This is too much text to explain to you. The presentation has been sent to Alisa. You will probably get it when after the meeting. You can read through this text. What is important is simply our main mission. We want to transform, we want to help transform the cities of Ukraine into a safe environment for a comfortable life of their citizens. And the goal that we have is to promote comfort, security for these cities in Ukraine, and accelerate the provision of services by governmental agencies and eliminate corruption by digitizing city services so that they're publicly accessible. We have some challenges. When we work together in Ukraine, there are different challenges than if we work together in Nepal. But the challenges are important to notice. First of all, the lack of financing. Secondly, the social acceptance that we require. And we have ways to also improve the awareness of businesses together, information and marketing of our way to a green country. And we have to solve these problems. And I would like to end then with some general recommendations. How can we bring the investment in? How can we build local knowledge? We'd like to support your country in this endeavor. So yes, we have social, political, executive, and economical issues to solve. These are huge challenges. Apart from the war, which we all hope very much that will end as soon as possible. But we have to get ready already now. And if we can work with you and define a strategy together for brownfield projects and greenfield projects, how can we make the Ukraine green in the future? Then we would be very, very happy to participate. And with this, I would like to give back to Alicia. I hope I didn't overstep my time limit, and I'm very interested in the discussion to follow. Thank you.